My name is Edward and this is Fast News of the Day. One. SpaceX Starship explodes during test flight. The interplanetary spacecraft, Starship, owned by SpaceX, has exploded just 4 minutes after the start of its first full test flight into orbit. Even before the launch, Elon Musk expressed concerns about the possibility of an explosion. Despite the setback, the focus now is on gathering data and repeating the test in a few months' time. According to NASA, it was a good first step despite the explosion, and it will not delay plans to use the spacecraft for moon landings in 2025-2026. This unfortunate incident underscores the inherent risks associated with space exploration, and serves as a reminder of the courage and determination required to push the boundaries of human knowledge and achievement.
After clearing the tower was icing on the cake. You saw, as we promised, an exciting end to the Starship inaugural integrated test flight.
Two. German newspaper calls for Baltic SOS to block Polish nuclear power plant project. The German newspaper, Berliner Zeitung, has called on the organization Baltic SOS to block Poland's nuclear power plant project, citing concerns over nuclear waste. The newspaper claims to be worried about the impact on the Natura 2000 area, where the power plant will be constructed. They also argue that while the majority of local residents oppose the construction, they are intimidated and afraid to speak out. It's worth noting that Baltic SOS represents only a portion of property owners in Kopolin-Lubiatowo. In fact, a recent survey showed that 88% of the residents in the area support the investment. 3. Accusations against Poland of exploiting the Holocaust, made by Germany, spark controversy. On the 80th anniversary of the outbreak of the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, Professor Barbara Engelking, in an interview in Polish TV, accused Poles of widespread exploitation of the Holocaust and the Jewish situation for blackmail, despite having the potential to become their allies. The Prime Minister of Poland Mateusz Morawiecki, in a lengthy statement, accused Engelking of a scandalous, false, anti-Polish narrative that has nothing to do with reliable historical knowledge. He cited credible sources that indicated that between 70,000 and 90,000 Poles in Warsaw alone helped Jews in hiding. You can find the full statement in the source. Professor Engelking is the head of the Center for Research on the Holocaust of Jews at the Institute of Philosophy and Sociology of the Polish Academy of Sciences. 4. Credit Suisse provided accounts for approximately 100 German and Argentine Nazis. Staying on the topic of Germany and World War II, the Swiss bank Credit Suisse has been found to have provided accounts for approximately 100 German and Argentine Nazis from the end of World War II up until 2020, according to the U.S. Senate Budget Committee. 70 of these accounts were opened after the end of World War II, with at least 14 still active in the 21st century. 21 accounts belong to high-ranking Nazis, including one belonging to a Nuremberg defendant that remained active until 2002. According to the committee, Credit Suisse initially cooperated with the audit but suddenly restricted the investigation, refusing to verify new leads. The bank confirmed the existence of the accounts held by Argentine Nazis and acknowledged that they were opened decades after World War II. 5. U.S. announces 36th aid package to Ukraine. The United States has just announced a 36th package of aid to Ukraine. The package includes mainly ammunition for HIMARS, artillery, 9 million rounds of small arms ammunition, and anti-tank weapons, with a total value of $325 million. 6. Former Wagner mercenaries admit to killing 400 civilians, including children, in Ukraine. In a shocking revelation, 2 former prisoners and mercenaries of the Wagner group have admitted to killing around 400 civilians, including 40 children, in Ukraine. Now, they are being hunted by other Wagner group members. Azamat Uldarov revealed that he was ordered by the group's leader, Prigozhin, to shoot 400 Ukrainians in a basement in Bakhmut, including women, children, and elderly people. He also recounted how he shot a 5-year-old girl in the head because Wagner group members were instructed by Eisman, Kite, and Prigozhin himself to leave no one alive in the town. The other former mercenary, Alexei Savchuk, admitted to receiving orders to shoot everyone over the age of 15, and to personally ordering the killing of around 400 people in the Bakhmut basement. He also confessed to throwing grenades into a pit containing about 50 wounded Ukrainian prisoners of war and Russian deserters. Both men fear for their lives and are hiding in Russia. This is just the latest, but not least in a series of accusations against the notorious private military contractor, Wagner Group. 7. According to recent studies, Luxembourg and France have the longest retirement periods in Europe, averaging around 23 to 24 years. Retirees in these countries receive around 75% of their pre-retirement income. The next in the ranking are the British and Germans, who spend approximately 20 years in retirement and receive around 53 to 58% of their pre-retirement income. France spends 14% of its GDP on pensions, which is double the OECD average. Only Italy and Greece spend more. However, it's important to note that only 4% of French retirees live in poverty, compared to an average of 13% in the OECD. These figures highlight the differences in retirement systems across Europe, and the importance of ensuring that retirees can maintain a decent standard of living. 8.
The truth matters. Lies have consequences.
Fox News has agreed to pay $787.5 million in a settlement for spreading false information about the 2020 presidential election and the use of voting machines. Dominion, the producer of these machines, had filed a $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit against the right-wing news channel for amplifying conspiracy theories, including those from former President Donald Trump's lawyers. Fox News has admitted to repeating falsehoods about the alleged election fraud. Previously, the network had to reveal internal messages showing that its journalists allowed these false claims to be aired and even mocked them. Additionally, the host of Fox News' top program, Tucker Carlson, had written that he honestly hates Donald Trump, but it's too difficult to admit what a disaster his presidency was, so we must praise him. Fox News is also facing a $2.7 billion lawsuit from Smartmatic, another voting machine producer, as well as a lawsuit from former employee Abby Grossberg for being forced to make false statements, and from a shareholder who alleges that the directors breached their duties by deliberately spreading lies. 9. More layoffs at Mark Zuckerberg's company. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, is laying off another 10,000 employees, which amounts to roughly 11% of its workforce. This comes just 4 months after the company laid off 11,000 employees, as it continues to grapple with challenges in the technology sector. The job cuts are affecting several departments, including IT and recruitment, and are expected to have a significant impact on the company's operations. This news comes at a time when other tech giants have also been laying off workers, with a total of 170,000 job cuts reported in the tech industry since the beginning of this year. 10. Deadly stampede at charity event in Yemen's capital. In the capital city of Sana'a, a stampede broke out during a charity event, resulting in the deaths of 85 people and leaving dozens more injured. The tragedy occurred during the distribution of charitable aid by local merchants, who were providing assistance to the less fortunate at a cost of $9 per person on the last day of Ramadan. 2 organizers of the event have been detained for questioning. Chinese Defense Minister praises Putin's contribution to world peace. Chinese Minister of Defense, Li Shangfu, has made a visit to Moscow where he has praised Russian President Vladimir Putin for his contribution to world peace. The Chinese government has declined to comment on this statement when asked by journalists. This visit by the Chinese Defense Minister to Russia has raised many questions about the nature of the relationship between these two powerful nations. Could it be that they are forming a closer alliance in the face of growing global tensions? Moreover, China's defense minister and Putin vow to strengthen military cooperation, and Li Shangfu said ties between the countries surpass military-political alliances of the Cold War era. 12. Russian opposition leader sentenced to 25 years in prison. Russian opposition leader Vladimir Kara-Murza has been sentenced to 25 years in prison by a Moscow court for criticizing Russia's war in Ukraine. This is the longest sentence ever given to an opposition figure in Russia. Kara-Murza was formally charged with treason, spreading fake news about the Russian army, and being linked to an undesirable organization, namely the Open Russia Foundation. The Russian-British former journalist had exposed war crimes in Ukraine and called for Putin to be recognized as a war criminal. He had already been poisoned twice in 2015 and 2017. Following the verdict, he stated that he did not regret a single word and was proud of his actions, and that one day Russia would be free. The British government has summoned the Russian ambassador in response. 13. Will Toyota announce a new hydrogen engine to destroy the electric vehicle industry? Toyota's CEO has announced the development of a new hydrogen engine that he claims will destroy the entire electric vehicle industry. This new engine is said to be independent of lithium or nickel, with a charging time of just 90 seconds, and a range of approximately 310 miles on just 11 pounds of hydrogen in a 1.6-litre turbo engine. Additionally, Toyota and Yamaha are collaborating on a hydrogen-powered V8 engine. This new development from Toyota could revolutionize the automotive industry, as hydrogen fuel cells have been hailed as a cleanest and more sustainable alternative to traditional gasoline-powered and electric engines. While electric vehicles have been gaining popularity in recent years, they still face challenges such as range anxiety and long charging times and cause hard-to-extinguish fires, which could be addressed by this new hydrogen engine. Extra. To conclude the movie, I'm adding a clip showing how dangerous an electric vehicle fire can be. Thank you for your attention. See you tomorrow. Bye.